Hello, friends. I'm just sitting down to dinner. Thought I would bring you along for the ride if you'd like to join. This is what we have going on here. So, tacos, obviously. We have blue corn tortillas. Top to bottom, you can obviously see cilantro. There's some cotija cheese. There is avocado, some salsa, and the mainstay is elk heart. And I cooked this diced up, had it for about a 24-hour soak in my own al pastor marinade, and then I diced up some bacon and jalapenos, started crisping that up mainly just to get the bacon grease, and then cooked the elk heart in the bacon grease with the bacon and the jalapenos. So let's see how these turned out. Cheers. Oh yeah. Mm. That is absolutely fantastic. And I'm guessing it's probably a mixed bag of people hearing the description of what are in these, and some people are probably like, that looks pretty good. But I'm guessing more than not, uh, may be grossed out by the concept of eating animal organs. Um, but this is absolutely one of the most nutrient dense foods that a human could be eating. Heart, liver, bone marrow, um, all the things that the guys like the Liver King preach, guys like that walking around, obviously, um, juice to the gills, but nonetheless, good message behind it in terms of what you should actually be eating. And, if you're vegetarian, vegan, what have you, totally respect that. I think the main thing is having a connection with your food and really avoiding those processed additives and seed oils are really like the most dangerous things that we're just consuming at a high level if you're not cognizant of that and if you're not trying to avoid it. These seed oils, refined sugars are in pretty much everything unless you're eating pretty clean and organic. And for me, I have just a major appreciation for that connection with my food now in life. Whereas when I was younger, I've hunted my whole life as a kid, grew up on game meat, and just kind of took that for granted. And there was a time period maybe in my mid 20s where I started working on the road, moved around a couple different states. And because of that, there was a little bit of gap in there when it comes to the hunting and being able to acquire my own food. And recently I've been able to stock the freezer. I've had people ask me, what's this kick you're on with all of the game meat? And I just kind of laugh. And I mean, yeah, I'm enthusiastic about it, but mainly that's because of just how powerful this food is. And so I've been eating a highly concentrated game heavy diet since early November. We're now late January this year, so it's a few months, and I was eating a lot of deer meat, and then now, or pretty recently, was able to procure some elk meat and threw that into the diet as well. So I can tell you in eating food like that, organic, no additives, powerful food like that, I feel just absolutely different. I feel incredible. And it's, being able to recover from the workouts with nutrient dense food, being able to actually hunt out here in the high country in Colorado at elevation, at altitude, walking up and down in the Rockies is an ass kicker, and it's kind of cool to be able to see that full circle. It's the being out there in an effort to try to procure that super powerful food, and then eating that super powerful food in turn, when I'm back out there, gives me the strength and gives me the fitness to be able to keep doing that. So it's that going full circles is pretty cool to be able to see. So just having that connectivity with your food, and obviously, anyone who doesn't want to go out and procure their own meat, that's fine. But I do think there are a lot of options out there, some healthier options, going out and finding a place that sources really good, high quality, organic, grass-fed beef. And I've looked into a lot of these places, and I've purchased from these places as well. And if you purchase a little bit in bulk, you can actually find a lower cost per ounce for way higher quality meat than you're typically finding in a grocery store. So, but just the taste, and then in turn, just the way you feel eating food like that. And like I said, if you're, vegetarian, vegan, whatever, you're not eating that meat, that's fine. Hopefully you're avoiding a lot of that processed crap that's in a lot of this stuff. And in a vegan diet, I think that's really hard to do, because a lot of the nutrients that you're taking out, you're trying to replace with soybeans or canolas, just different sunflower, different types of these oils. And they're extremely prevalent, and they're extremely dangerous as well. So just being cognizant of that, but avoiding that high processed diet. You can, one can say, well, eating a vegetarian diet, my health markers, my blood work looks way better than it did, when I was on something else. And that could be true if the main difference there is that you're eating a lot more organic foods now. But when it comes to meat, there is no question that our bodies were made to consume this stuff, and we thrive on this stuff. Humans evolved, our brains evolved, our bodies evolved when we were able to procure an abundance of meat, and not just the red meat. The staples there were the organ meat and the bone marrow and a lot of parts of that animal, other than just the protein. Because just going too heavy on just protein, you can actually get protein poisoning. You need some of those other essential fats and minerals and nutrients that come from other parts of the animal. So back to that connection with your food, being out in the Rockies, out in the mountains, and being able to procure this, and cutting it down and putting hundreds of pounds on a backpack and on a sled and hiking miles out with it, and then butchering it up, being able to save all those organs, and just have a vast assortment of that really high quality, powerful food has been an absolute blessing for sure, and I'm very thankful for that. And I think as a kid, I was always told, my old man always kind of preached, you never kill anything for the sport of it by any means. Like, the only reason you would go out and do that, and you never take pride in killing anything, the only reason you would do that is if you're going to utilize the meat, respect the animal. That's the only reason that you should be out there, in my opinion. Whatever your beliefs are on hunting, that's fine. But I would definitely agree in that anyone out there just for the sport of it is out there for the wrong reasons. So, where I'm at in life now, and just have that heavy emphasis on the nutrition and just overall health and wellness, having that that focus on the food and being able to have food like this consistently all the time, I'm telling you, if you're able to go get some of that, even if it's, you know, a quarter of a cow share or something like that, where you can put some really, really good quality meat away to where you can eat it, you know, day in and day out. I'm telling you, you're going to feel different. You're going to feel a heck of a lot different, and in a positive way. And there's a lot of misconceptions about eating too much red meat, or the effects of red meat, or cholesterol, or saturated fats, and a lot of those are simply myths. And a lot of the, you know, the government issued recommendations, they got a lot of that wrong. And if you haven't learned that, there's a lot of literature out there. There are a lot of good sources of information out there, but a lot of it is crap. And so this is some of the most nutrient dense stuff on the planet that you can be eating are these animal food sources, and particularly the organic variety of those, to where you know nothing's in it hormone wise, no additives, having that direct connection to that food. Processing this up myself, I know exactly where it came from, and I know exactly where it's going. So cheers.